Hello, welcome to the video. I'm going to be testing Lies of P on my RTX 4090. I'm going to do it at 4K, so resolution here you can see 3842 on 60. Frame limit is unlimited, VSync off, FSR's off, DLSS is off, but I will be checking out DLSS on as well. And then graphics we've got set to max, which in this is called best. That's the highest you can go. So we've got everything set to that. So let's check that out. Okay, so our frame rate here is looking very good. Basically 200 FPS in and around there, which is very impressive at 4K. We've got power consumptions looking quite high, over 400 watts, which haven't actually seen that in many games recently, at 4K at least on this card. Normally we're at about 350 or under in a lot of games, and average kind of 350 to 400, so quite a bit higher than normal. But we do hit 200 FPS quite a few areas. We also dip down to 150 FPS-ish in some areas, it seems. Oh, damn. But combat's pretty, no stuttering or anything like that. I did play the demo to this, and I think the performance is better in the in this full game. I recall it in the demo stuttering a little bit. But this is obviously on Unreal Engine 4.5, which I think is a bit of a shame that we're not seeing 5, but I doubt we would have this kind of frame rate if we were on 5. It would more than likely definitely be a lot lower. Can't seem to get through that. Graphics as well, pretty good. And even VRAM consumption looks decent, under 10 gig. Similar to Starfield at 4K. So we're getting slightly less frames here. Oh, damn. Too many. Seems like a dead end. Probably one of the better performing games of the year. I know normally in Souls-like games like this, there's normally an FPS cap. So we'd probably see similar frames to this with something like Armored Core, but that's capped at 120, so it's hard to see exactly how many frames we would get. Actually, I can go back the other way. CPU usage as well looks normal. Normal for 4K, about 10%. We've seen a lot of games recently using really high amounts, like 30 to 35% CPU at 4K, which is way higher than average. For a 3900K at least, normally see that kind of usage at 1080p. So we've got this big guy down here. They try and run around him. So in areas like this, the frames do dip a little bit. We go from like 200 to 170, 160. Down there, yeah, 160. Okay, so I'm going to check DLSS out now. We're still at 4K. I've got everything maxed still, graphics-wise. And then we've got DLSS on quality here. So we'll see what the FPS is like with that. Pushing now 250, it seems. So you probably don't see dips below 200, I imagine. with settings like this. Even in the more demanding areas, we should stay above 200, I think. Yeah, 213 I had there. Some of the lows are quite, like the 0.1% low. 74 is not really ideal. So I do think the frame time sometimes can look a little bit stuttery, but I don't notice it in game. Like there, it's not quite completely flat. There's like random spikes. Yeah, see there. Which is what is bringing the low down. I think it was similar without DLSS, it did that. Oh, my health. That was close. VRAM looks like it's around about the same, even with DLSS on. But my usage, actually, I've noticed, gone down to, we're about, what, 87%? So we've got more CPU, which we've gone from 10% to 18%. Power's down. We're under 350 now on the GPU. So it's down by about 50 watts. But I definitely think I am enjoying this game overall. Decent graphics, decent performance. It is a very difficult game, so it's not really the kind of type of game I'd normally play. Souls-like games, don't really play them, so I find it super difficult, but in terms of just a game, it's definitely it's, you know, decent graphics, decent performance, so if you're into Souls-like games, I definitely think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so I'm now going to just take a quick look at DLSS on Ultra Performance. I think on this it's actually called Highest Performance. Yeah, so we'll switch this on here. Everything's still maxed out at 4K. We'll see what our frame rate is like up into the 400s. But I think your average is probably going to be lower than that. It's just this specific area we're hitting 400. Once we go into the combat bit, I should imagine it's probably going to be under 300, but we'll see what it's like on this bit. Still around the 300. Have noticed GPU usage has come down quite a bit, so it's sitting at around 80%. So we're not actually even fully utilizing the GPU anymore. Frame time's looking very, very nice. It'd be interesting to see if we get any stutters. There was a little one there. So a low 35 is not amazing. I'm stuck. I can't actually dodge around him. VRAM as well is hasn't really changed. I think it's come down a little bit. We've kind of sat at 9 to 9.5, I think. So it's taken a little bit of pressure off the GPU. Power consumption's down quite a bit as well. Using about 400, close-ish to 400 watts were we at native 4K. I think it brought down by about 50 with DLSS quality, so it's come down even more. Don't really think we need this amount of frames on this game, personally. My monitor only goes up to 144, so anything above that for my own personal use is not really worth it. Quality's not too bad on this, though. I did notice with FSR on this preset highest performance, the quality did look quite a bit worse. I don't really notice it so much with DLSS. On this, at least. Can tell it's not native, but it still doesn't look too bad. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you next time.